Oh, my man, what are you doing here?
Just came by to check out where you work. Not bad. Seems like a nice joint.
I'm glad you approve. How come you're not in school?
I was thinking maybe you could use some help around here. I got some free time I could put in.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry we can't use you today, but I'll keep you in mind. Now, what about school?
Well, there's nothing big going down over there. It's lunchtime now.
Well, what happens after lunch?
You know, there's an assembly, but that's in the afternoon.
And that's all there is? That's your whole day?
Well, there's a little math and some history, but that's sort of later on.
All right, and?
You can say I'm taking a little break.
All right, look, how about we make a little deal?
What kind of deal?
You get back to school, attend all your classes, and I'll take you riding later on.
Riding what?
Well, wind dancer. Remember that special horse I was telling you all about?
You mean it? For sure?
Yeah, sure. Just as long as you stop skipping school, all right?
Hey, I'm out of here. I'll be back as soon as they ring the last bell.
All right. Take it easy on that bike. I don't want you speeding. Jerome!
How can you justify the conditions in the ER? The delays, the state of the equipment. But we don't see any delays in surgery for Santa Barbara's elite, do we?
Hot-headed idealism? It doesn't pay the surgeon's fees, Doctor. And in this age of diminishing social programs, a hospital has to be run with some sense of practicality.
Right. Survival of the richest. I've got an emergency patient coming in by ambulance. I've got to go.
Please do.
But don't think this conversation is over. I'm only getting my second wind.
What on earth? What are you doing, yoga?
Welcome home. I'll be with you in a minute.
What is this? How to be active the safe way for a healthier mother and baby. What? You're pregnant too!
Don't be bloody daft. I'm just trying these exercises to see if they're any good for you. And you should be grateful too. I think I've got a cramp in my leg that will never go away.
Do you? Well, straighten it up. Come on, stand up.
Hey!
What? I'm helping you.
Yeah,
Straighten
I know.
it up
It's
a
all
little
right.
bit.
It's all right. I just have to work it out. Hey, it hurts. How do they expect pregnant women to do these things? Oh.
Oh.
Right,
well,
Jen,
listen,
it's just...
yeah, massage you?
Yeah.
Don't go killing yourself. Test these things out for me.
I won't, but I'd stay away from number 7 if I were you. Hey.
Hey.
Listen, now that Eden's wedding is safely out of the way, what do you say to us getting down to the business of being a family?
Well, maybe. What are the business hours?
24 hours a day. From now on, we put ourselves first, everyone else out the window.
You really think that's possible?
We're gonna make it possible. We're gonna become reclusive and selfish, and we're just gonna spend time here, home alone. Our own home this time. Our own life.
Where's my wife? She's upstairs. There's not gonna be any trouble, is there?
Not as long as you stay out of my way.
Okay. Mind if I ask what you want with her?
Yes, I do mind. None of your damn business what I want with her.
Hey, look, SiSi, you gotta get used to the fact that Sophie and I are together now, all right? I get tired of stepping aside when you come in and walk all over her.
What do you want?
You'll have it in writing a little bit later. A formal eviction notice. I want you and your parasite friend off my property by this evening.
Hi, I'm Wilmу. We talked on the telephone?
Oh, yeah. I am so glad that you're available. I have to do all this, volunteer work at the hospital. I wasn't sure I could find somebody to stay with Chip.
Now, how'd you say you found my name?
Well, the agency recommended you.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I signed up with them.
Yeah.
Well, what happened to your regular sitter?
She has a flu.
Oh, that's too bad. A lot of it going around. But you don't have to worry about me. I'm as healthy as a horse.
Good.
So, can I see the baby?
Yeah, he's asleep in the bedroom.
Well, I'll just take a quick peek.
Okay. Do you have a lot of experience with young children?
Me? Oh, I've been sitting since I was a teenager. I've always loved kids. I can't wait to have one of my own.
Well, I hope you do. I left a list on the kitchen sink. You know, it has Chip's nap time and his food, and there's a number where I can be reached.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'll take care of everything just fine.
Good, good. Okay, then, I'll be back about 6.
Well, I'll be here. You just have a nice day.
Okay.
Bye now.
Hey, Scott, can you talk to me?
I got 2 seconds, Buckley. Buddy.
Listen, did you get a report from the ambulance guys?
Yeah, they radioed in. They said there was a lot of internal bleeding, but I have to get a closer look before I know what I'm dealing with.
He's still gonna make it, isn't he?
It's kind of hard to tell. Did you see the accident?
Yeah, it just happened so fast. I mean, I talked him into going back to school. He hopped on his bicycle, went straight out into the street. I guess he wasn't looking or he didn't see the car coming, and next thing you know, I heard the screeching of brakes.
All right, take it easy. His vital signs are stable despite the loss of blood, and the fact that he's remained conscious for this is a really good sign.
I don't suppose anybody has contacted his family yet.
Well, we've got somebody trying to do that right now, but we haven't had much luck.
You're gonna be all right.
Hurts.
Yeah, I know.
I get ride the horse.
Sure you do. We're gonna go next week, okay? You just get better so we can get you out of here, all right?
Let's get out.
I have every right to be here, and ТиДжея.
No, you don't. Not legally, not morally, no way at all.
What is going on now?
Would you please stay out of this, Ted? Please?
I have a right to know what's going on here.
Yes, you do, and I'll tell you. Your father is trying to evict us.
No, no. Not us. Those papers I'm going to get relate strictly to you and to T.J. Daniels, and I'll be very happy to tear them. All you have to do is tell your consort to leave my house.
I've had enough of your remarks.
I don't really care
Please,
what you...
you gotta make it worse.
How do you make this worse? Wait. You're throwing Mom out of the house now? This is her house, Dad.
Not if she's living with this. It's not.
Ted, this is between your father and me, please.
That's fine.
How do you expect to do this, СиСи? Bodily?
If I have to, it can be handled that way, yes.
Just try it.
You got 6 hours to pack your bags. And then I'll be back. If he's not gone, you better be prepared to go with him. Yes, I have your card, and I'll be sure to call you if the situation changes. Right. СиСи, Pamela. I was wondering if you can spare a moment of time. See you soon. Right here.
We lost him, Jake.
How? I mean, he talked to me, he looked right at me.
We didn't have a chance. There was too much internal bleeding.
I don't understand. You said his vital signs were good.
I'm sorry, Jake. Jerome died before we could even get him into OR.
First my dad, then Haley, and now Jerome. All so senseless and sudden. Doctors weren't any good to any of them. What good is medical science if it can't help save people's lives?
I don't have answers for that, Jake.
Yeah? Try telling that to Jerome's mother.
Yeah, and he means it. He's gonna throw him out of the house.
I cannot believe it. How could he do something like that to her?
Well, you know how Dad gets. He gets so mad he can't even think straight. I mean, he just wants to get back at her.
Well, what did Mother say? How did she act?
She's toughing it out. I mean, if Dad keeps forcing her, she's going. She's not gonna let go of TJ.
I know, that guy must really be important to her, I guess.
Yeah, well, apparently so.
So what do you think? You wanna call up Eden?
No, I don't. Why interrupt her honeymoon? She couldn't do anything anyway.
Yes, she could. She could, you know, talk to Dad.
No, we are not going to ask her to do this.
Kelly,
not now.
you gotta do something. This is crazy. I mean, hell, Mom should have known in the first place not to invite TJ.
Yeah, well, it's too late, isn't it? It's already done.
Yeah. Shoot, I should have talked to her myself.
You did talk to her.
I did, but I didn't talk to her seriously enough. I just thought Mom was going through one of those phases. But, you know, I was thinking that if you talk to her so much about this, that she'd get even more stubborn. And look, she lets TJ move in with her.
I think you're right, Ted. You know, you push someone, usually you push them in the opposite direction.
Yeah, well, we can't let this happen.
So, what do you propose to do?
I say we talk to her and we get her to compromise.
What kind of compromise?
I don't know what kind of compromise, but we have to do something.
You promised.
Come on.
Now, come on. No getting upset.
No, and I
You
did promise you, and I'm still promising you, but I'm not going to get excited. I will. I'll stay calm. I'll be fine.
Ted, just make sure she does, all right?
I will.
After what we said to each other the last time we met, I really didn't expect to hear from you for a long time.
Well, I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did, but you do have a certain kind of effect on me.
I'm glad that I'm affecting you, I mean.
That wasn't the kind of effect I was talking about, so don't gloat. Why don't you just listen, hmm?
But while I listen, may I sit down?
Please sit down. Yes, I'm sorry. Before the wedding, I told you that I needed some time to think, remember? Well, as soon as I come back, we pounce out of the bushes, and you attack me trying to find out what occurred between Sophie and myself. Are we back together again?
Don't you think I have a right to wonder?
You have a right to wonder, but you don't have a right to back me into a corner. That's why I spoke to you the way I did, and for that, I apologize.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I forgive you. I always do, though. You can always depend on me for instant forgiveness.
Just had hot temper and stir, is that it?
Oh, come on, darling. If I was anxious, it's just because I care so much. And you're right, I probably was pushing you, so if you need more time...
Thank you, I do.
I just hope you're not going to take forever making up your mind.
You're being pushy.
I'm asking a very reasonable question.
Which I can't answer. When I know, I will know.
And I suppose you just stand around, is that it, and wait?
No, you can feel free to take over whenever you want. Why don't you do it right now?
Look, darling, you asked me over here to apologize. If you keep this up, you're going to have to apologize to me all over again.
You're making it very difficult.
All right. All right. Take your time. Still friends?
Still something. God knows what.
Well, I'll settle for that.
Dr. Steele reporting maternity. Dr. Steele reporting maternity.
Miss Lane.
Hi.
I'd like to speak to you for a minute.
Okay, I'll be done with this in just a second.
I'm rather pressed for time.
Oh, okay. Fine. What can I do for you?
Let's sit down, shall we?
Sure. Something wrong?
Yes, something is very wrong.
Something I've done?
You were working at the dispensary earlier this morning, weren't you?
Yeah, Sheila and I were preparing medications for patients.
Sheila left you alone in there for a few minutes, am I right? It's no good denying it. She's already told me.
Oh, I wasn't going to deny it. Yes, she left and then she came back. Why?
Certain narcotics were missing. The head nurse discovered it when she checked the inventory.
I don't know how that could have happened.
No.
Are you saying I had something to do with it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to determine. As far as I can tell, you were the only one who could have taken it. You had access, opportunity, and you also have a history of substance abuse.
I didn't abuse narcotics. I abused cocaine. I'm not doing that anymore.
Well, there's no way we can be sure of that, can we?
You can be sure because I tell you, just because I made a mistake in the past doesn't mean I'm at fault now.
I agree with you, but they do cast reasonable doubt about your present probity. As a result, I'm afraid I'm going to have to suspend you while we look into this.
But you can't do that. I didn't do anything wrong.
Miss Lane, this isn't a debatable issue. You are suspended. And the only reason it's just a suspension is that Dr. Clark made such a point of vouching for you. Now, I'm willing to investigate this further, but for now, I would appreciate it if you would kindly hand over your ID badge.
See, I just don't know how СиСи can do it, because it's not just going after me or going after you. He's hurting Kelly, he's hurting Ted, he's hurting Eden. Doesn't it matter to him? Doesn't he think?
No, he's not thinking. He's just reacting.
Well, you certainly are tolerant.
No, I'm not being tolerant. But I can kind of understand the way the guy feels. I mean, if I was in his position, I'd possibly act the same way. So it doesn't make it right. It just means I understand.
I know what he's thinking. His pride is hurt and he wants to get even. What I'd like to know is where I'm going to be tonight.
Hey, listen to me. You have nothing to worry about when it comes to that. You're with me and it's taken care of. Even if it means camping out in the back room of the lair, which would be very pleasant. You know what we should probably do? Go out and get another hotel room. Let's go do that right now, all right?
No. No! СиСi walked out of this house, he left me, and he moved in with that woman. That doesn't give him the right then to pass judgment on me or criticize what I do. And also because of that, I have every right to invite you to stay here with me.
Well, so what does that mean, Sophie? We're going to stick around and have it out with him? Prove to СиСi that we're right? I don't think that's a very bright idea. And I don't think we can prove it to him.
No, but you know, right now, actually, I'd almost enjoy trying. The only way he can get us out of here is physically. If the papers get wind of that, they're going to have a field day. As a matter of fact, I'd like to go to the newspapers and give them the story so the rest of the world can find out what СиСi Capwell is really like.
Would it be too pushy if I could ask just when I'm likely to see you again?
I'll call you. I'll call you.
All right. All right, now. Oh, hello, you two.
Pamela?
Well, I was just leaving. You can have your father all to yourselves. I'll talk to you soon, СиСi.
Good night, Pamela. What are you two doing here?
Talk to you, Daddy.
Look, it's about the separation that's going on between your mother and me. I wish you'd leave it alone. It has nothing to do with you.
Well, you're wrong, Dad. We're very concerned about this.
Ted told me that you've asked Mother to move out of the house.
I'm doing more than that. I'm serving her with papers tonight. I'm going back with the marshal to make sure she complies.
Daddy, you left her. You left her at that house. You walked out on her.
Not so that she can turn my house into a playgirl mansion. She has no right to bring in a boyfriend.
All right. Well, what about what's going on between you and Pamela?
It's not the same, and I'll thank you to keep your mouth shut about it.
Well, what's different about it, Dad?
First of all, there is nothing between Pamela and me that anybody could construe as romantic. Only malice could make something illicit out of what we're doing. The house... The house is a lifetime of memories for me and my family. Ours, my father's, and my father before him. And I don't want her desecrating it by bringing in a live-in boyfriend. Can that be so difficult for you to understand?
Daddy, maybe she's acting this way out of hurt and anger, the same way you did.
Are you really, you're willing to give up this relationship of years over something as insignificant as this?
Oh, baby, how can you call this insignificant to me? How could you think it'd be insignificant to me?
You both are acting out of jealousy. Mom is as jealous of Pamela as you are of ТиДжея. It's about time both of you, get together and talk like reasonable people here.
Why don't you ask your mother to do that and see what her answer will be? Hmm?
All right, Dad, look. None of us want ТиДжея living there. But forcing Mom out of this house is just going to make the whole situation a lot worse. Mom's going to want to get even with you. You're going to want to get even more even with her. I mean, where's that going to end? Somebody, Dad, has got to stop this and get rational here.
She's making a fool out of me. She's making a mockery of my marriage. And I won't stand for it. And I want both of you to stay out of it.
All my life, you told me to think of my actions in terms of the consequences. It's time for you to start doing that for yourself, Dad. You cannot honestly think that this is strictly between you and Mom, because it's not. It happens to concern all of us. And the way I see it, this could be the end of the whole family.
Well, twice in 2 days. Don't tell me it's not a small world.
Did Ted tell you that I work here?
No, nobody told me. It's just pure chance. So how you doing?
Great. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk to you the other day, but doesn't mean I haven't been thinking about you. How have you been?
Not bad. You know, I never thought I'd see you again after you left L.A.
Oh, I think I knew a little better than that. Like you said, it's a small world.
I just figured you'd be going onward and upward. And I just seem to be stuck where I was. You got something going for yourself here, haven't you?
Oh, not so as you can notice.
Give me a break. You're after my new boss, aren't you? The kid.
Ted? Oh, come on. Don't be silly. Look, I've got to go deliver this drink, so, stick around.
Listen, tell me something. You ever finish that unfinished business you left down south?
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Oh, good. I'm glad. And what about Mike? Have you seen him lately?
Yeah, but it's not like it made any difference. He understands about as much as he ever will.
Seems like he might be a loose end, you know.
Yeah, well, nobody has to know about that, though, do they?
You mean nobody does?
Nobody but you. So I'd like to kind of keep it that way, and you just keep it between you and me.
Listen, if friends can't figure out how to keep their mouths shut, we're all in a lot of trouble. You know, I think I'm gonna like having somebody in town I know. Let's get together and talk over old times some night.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Listen, will you bring me another one of these when you get a chance?
You know, I'll do better than that. This next one's on the house. Just to say thanks for, being such a good friend.
Well, that's mighty nice of you. Thank you.
Be right back.
Well, hello.
I haven't never knew about this place, huh?
Well, you know, the word gets around.
You put your arms around me?
Hey. You and Ted talked to your father, huh?
I don't know what made me think I could change his mind, Jeffrey. He is so stubborn.
Mm-hmm. I think he gets that from you.
Uh-huh. Hey, I thought being up at Pebble Creek could change things with the memories and the atmosphere, and I guess you can't count on the past to help, can you?
Well, sometimes. This time it just didn't work out.
You know what scares me? I think it's getting to the point where they're not even going to be able to patch things up, Jeffrey. They've gotten so angry at each other and they've said so many hurtful things that they can't even find the way back to the truth.
Yeah. And you're not going to be able to insulate yourself from this, are you?
You know, I always thought they were perfect for each other, Mom and Dad. I mean, it seemed to me that theirs was the kind of love that all love measured against. And now they're becoming enemies, and it kills me.
Don't you think this situation has been coming for a long time now?
What do you mean, I should have been preparing for this?
No. No, I don't think you can ever do that, but I don't think it should be such a... Look, I don't want to see you being torn apart like this, you know?
And I don't either. Which is why I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep trying. In fact, I'm going to go somewhere right now, but I'll be back.
Do me a favor, do me a favor. Whatever it is, let it wait, okay? You've been under a lot of emotional strain already. I know you think I'm neurotic, but I can't help worrying. About you and about the baby.
I know. But don't, Jeffrey. Honestly, I'll be fine. Whatever I'm going to say it from the heart.
Kelly! Look, you've talked to your father once today. What good is it going to do again?
I'm not going to talk to my father. I'll be back.
I guess it has to be done. Better make it official.
So you want me to serve them the papers, Mr. Captain?
I don't have any choice.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Just a minute. I want to go with you. I want to make sure they know I mean business.
Hey, Margot.
Thanks. You're welcome.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
Oh, sure. Let me just go tell the bartender that I'm going to take my break now, and you can just sit over there, and I'll meet you there in a sec.
There.
So, what's wrong?
It's the same thing. My family, all parents.
Oh, well, you're not going to start drinking again, are you?
Have I ordered a drink? No.
No,
of course
not
I haven't
yet,
ordered a drink,
no.
so that means I'm not going to drink. I listened to what you said before. I agree. It's not going to do any good. I mean, all I have to do is look at Mason. I can realize it doesn't help anything.
Yeah, I guess you're lucky that you've got such a good, bad example, like Mason. But about your family, I don't think that you should worry so much about it. I mean, they were together for the wedding, right? Your whole family
That was one
there.
day.
Give them some time. They're great people.
I know they are. That's what's bothering me. That's why I want to see them together.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, if I was growing up with a family like that behind me, my life would have really been different. And that's why, because they're so special, that I know that they're going to work through all this.
I'll tell you one thing. Special people can screw up, too. I mean, I don't even think they're going to be able to make things work out this time. I don't even think there's going to be a family after today.
Why, what happened today?
We all got together at this giant crossroad, and I can just see my mom and dad both taking wrong turns, and there's nothing I can do about it. They don't even listen to me.
Oh, well, come on, Ted. I mean, nothing's forever. People make mistakes. And doesn't mean they can't go back and correct them. And hopefully, if they do realize that they take a wrong turn, then they'll go back and they'll fix it. I don't know, I wouldn't worry about it so much.
You really believe that?
Yeah, I sure do. Never too late is my motto. And meanwhile, you've got friends, me to depend on. I mean, everybody needs to depend on somebody for something, sooner or later.
Hi. I found out today that you went to bat for me. I wanted to thank you.
It's all right. You deserve the opportunity.
Thank you. Apparently, though, Mr. Noah doesn't feel the same way. He just had me suspended.
He what?
Yeah, earlier today. Apparently there were some drugs missing from the supply cabinet, and so he automatically blamed me. It seems that since I used drugs before, I'm still using them.
Well, what happened?
I don't know, but I certainly didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, didn't you tell him that?
Yes, of course I did, but he didn't want to listen. He'd already made up his mind. He said the only reason he didn't suspend me permanently was because you had worked so hard to get me hired in the first place. So I guess now there's going to be an investigation, and until that's resolved, all I can do is sit around and wait.
I'll go talk to him.
No, you know, I just don't understand how a man in his position can jump to conclusions without even trying to find out what the truth is.
You don't have to tell me about Noah. I have seen him manage this hospital or mismanage it for a long time now, and I know the consequences for the patients and the whole staff. I'll do what I can for you.
Scott, look, you already went on a limb for me. I really appreciate it. I don't want you to get in trouble.
No, believe me. I need to do something for someone today. I lost a 10-year-old boy this afternoon, and I will never know whether or not I could have helped him if things had been a little different around here.
Let me go get your mother for you.
No. You're the one I want to talk to.
Yeah, well, I'd feel a lot more comfortable if you just let me go get your mom.
Please don't. I'd like to talk to you alone, TJ.
Look, Kelly, I've had kind of a long, tough day, you know, and I just don't really think I'm up for a big emotional scene between you and me right now.
That's not why I'm here. In fact, I came to apologize for the way I've been treating you. I know that I have a hot temper, and I think it gets the better of me. And I think I just need to try to understand more and keep my mouth shut until I do.
Well, I guess if you got the class to say something like that, the least I could do is have a talk with you, right?
You know, I grew up in this house. A lot of good times in this room.
I grew up in a bunch of apartments. I don't even remember the addresses of the things.
Well, it's wonderful to have had something solid in my life. Family and people and just the love and being able to share the happiness with those people.
Yeah. You're real lucky. All I had was a bunch of landlords.
You had no family at all?
Not really. Not anybody I could depend on, anyway. And believe me, after being around all this stuff, I really realized what I missed out on.
Listen, TJ, what I'm here to say is I'm not going to try and come between you and my mother anymore. I mean, it is your business. But I need to ask a favor of you. Please, don't let my mother be thrown out of this house. Because if it happens, I don't think there's any way to repair that damage.
What do you mean, repair? When you make it sound like your mom and dad getting back together. Kelly, you know, I really care about your mom. I don't see why I'd want to see that happen.
I know you care about her. I'm not talking about a reconciliation with Daddy. I'm talking about her being shut out of our lives and out of this house, which is rightfully hers. And I'm saying see her all you want, but until you marry her and find a different home, please stay out of here. Because Daddy is only going to get angrier and angrier, and he can become very vindictive. I know this. And for your sake and everybody else, TJ, I'm asking you not to stay here.
You know, your mom asked me to move in here. It wasn't my idea.
That's fine. I don't know. I don't care. All I'm asking you is to make it your decision to move out. I'm begging you.
Okay. Don't worry about anything. I'll take care of it. I don't want to see her get in any trouble, especially on my account.
Thank you. This means a lot to me.
This evening. Is Kelly home?
No, not at the moment.
Oh, good. I'm glad to have a moment alone with you. I have had the most satisfying day. Now, something to drink. Something to drink.
Yeah, would you like me to make some coffee or something?
No, darling, a brandy would be nice.
Brandy. Okay. So, what has made your day so satisfying?
I think my life is finally falling into place. Good. I have my 2 sons with me now, and the man I love is within my grasp, in a manner of speaking.
Oh, here we go, huh? Why do you go on with this? I mean, haven't you learned that this kind of thing blows up in your face time and time again?
Darling, you don't even know what's going on. I haven't done anything. And that is the wonderful part of it all. Actually, look, you're looking at a brand new woman. I mean, everything has changed. I'm actually getting exactly what I want, with honesty and forthrightness.
Right. I believe that.
Well, obviously you don't, but it's the truth. Now, look, I've stayed out of the situation with Sophie and СиСи, haven't I? I didn't go to the wedding, did I?
No, you didn't go to the wedding.
No, I didn't go to the... You asked me not to go, and I didn't go.
Do you really honestly believe that you've won СиСи back? I can't believe that.
Well, it's true. He told me he wouldn't be going back to Sophie. And today, this very day, he asked me over to apologize for his actions toward me recently.
Really? Well, you know, that doesn't sound exactly like a declaration of love to me.
Darling, that's because you don't know СиСi as well as I do. I mean, it's this way of sidling up to me, of affecting a rapprochement.
So, now you have the well and СиСi back. That should make you a very wealthy woman again, huh?
Oh, well, it goes far beyond money. I mean, the thought of having a real family again was important to me. You know, you are behind me on this, darling, aren't you? You want me to be happy.
I wish I could believe that you have changed. I really wish I could. But I've seen so many transformations happen before that I think I'd rather wait until it did happen this time before I threw confetti around the place, okay?
I think that's very negative.
It's realistic. Too many things don't turn out the way you expect them to, Mother. And unfortunately, you're not the only one that ends up getting hurt.
Scott, I'm sorry I babbled on about my own problems today. I didn't know what had happened to you today.
It's okay. I mean, it's not your fault. Jerome was the first kid I've lost who was in my care. Just kind of a shock.
What happened to him?
He was hit by a car. And he died in ER before we could even get him into surgery. But you can bet that if he was the son of a rich family in this town, he would have been into OR the second that gurney hit the ground. Unfortunately for him, he was just a street kid. I can't even talk about this.
Come on, you did everything you could.
Oh, I worked like a maniac to try and save him. I tried explaining that to his mother when I had to tell her that we lost him. You think that mattered to her?
Yes, I do. Maybe you don't, but I do.
Trouble is that they don't prepare you for this kind of thing in med school.
Well, how could anybody be prepared for death? All you can say is that you did as well as you could. I know how bad you feel.
No, you don't. You can't know what this kind of pain feels like. A big part of my job is being able to talk to the patients, reassuring them about my ability to deal with their problems. When something like this happens, how can I pass that message to them? How can I look at myself?
What is this? What are you doing?
I'm just sort of getting my things together.
No, we agreed that we weren't going to let him throw us out.
I know. I think it'd be a good idea if I left on my own.
You're leaving me? What is this?
Don't be crazy. You know how I feel about you. It's got nothing to do with that. I want to see you as much as I ever have, as much as I did before.
I
can't go. TJ, I need you.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna be here for you. I just won't be living here. It's gonna be better for everybody concerned if I don't. Just don't get the idea that I'm running out on you, because I'm not. I just don't want to see you lose anything on my account, you know? I feel like a jerk. I'm not even saying this right.
You're not saying it right at all. Well, I don't know what you're saying, but it's stupid, and I think you should take those suitcases upstairs and forget about this whole whatever you're saying to me. Oh, come on. I don't believe this. We had to get the law out. Now, this is bad melodrama. It's snowing out, too, Sissy.
Just a legal action. You, unfortunately, made necessary.
I'm so sorry you went to all this trouble. Because, you see, we were just leaving, weren't we?
Excuse me, Joe.
Now you have your precious home back. And I hope it gives you all the happiness you deserve.
I'm Jane Pauley. Tomorrow on Today, the King and Queen of Sweden.
And I'm Phil Donahue. Also, television as a confessional and a photo tour of the U.S.
Tomorrow on Today.